Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good morning to each of you. Our chief guests are here. Kindly arise. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Let's have some louder cheers. Good rounds of applause, please. Thank you. Why don't we continue to clap till they are seated? Thank you. Kindly be seated. Once again, a very warm good morning to each of you, and a warm and hearty welcome to each of you to this momentous day here at Loyola. And I'm Father Sanil Mail Kunnel, SJ, and I have the grateful and delightful company of the ever-gracious Dr. Neetu Elsa Alexander, the coordinator of our newly found social work department of the FYUGP program. And here we are to guide you through the day's events.
Thank you, Father Sanil. It's truly an honor to stand here beside a charismatic man who dons multiple roles, including being the coordinator of the FYUG Psychology Department on a day charged with significance and anticipation. Together, we promise to keep you informed, inspired, and occasionally amused. So let the celebration of ideas, innovation, and inspiration begin with the words of our late President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action.
And before we move further, let us turn our hearts heavenward. In a spirit of reverence and unity, let us now rise for prayer. Even as we are in this auspicious and celebratory mode, let us remember the people who recently lost their lives in the plane crash in Ahmedabad and all those people suffering in the war-torn regions of the world. And here we have Ms. Gatha Venugopal, one of our new incoming students, rendering a prayer song, a song familiar to each of us, Logam Muruvan Sukham Pagaranai. Let us pray for world peace as we listen to this prayer song and make it our own.
Logam Muruvan Sukham Pagaranai Snehadipame Miri Turakku Logam Muruvan Sukham Pagaranai Snehadipame Miri Turakku Kadana Nivarana Kanivinnuravi Kaattin Naduvil Vali Telikku Logam Muruvan Sukham Pagaranai Snehadipame Miri Turakku Parikshanatin Padanatil Njangal Veerumbol Hridaya Chindi Mirineer Puzhayil Taalumbol Thaangai Thanalai Devyaushadhiyai Thaada Naadha Karam Pidikku Logam Muruvan Sukham Pagaranai Snehadipame Miri Turakku Logam Muruvan Sukham Pagaranai Snehadipame
Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
Thank you, Gada. To begin, it is only fitting that we invoke words of warmth and hospitality. May I now invite the beloved rector and manager of Loyola institutions, a man of spiritual depth, cheerful spirit, and gentle wisdom, Reverend Sunny Kunnapallil SJ, to deliver the welcome address.
Dear Reverend Father E.P. Matthew, Provincial of Kerala Jesuit Province, Reverend Father John Felix Raj S.J., Vice Chancellor of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, Mr. Kadagambulli Surendran, our MLA, Father Salvin Augustine, Principal Loyola School, Mr. Srikanth, CEO at SRP Labs, Mr. Anthony Thomas, President, Alumni Association, Father Sabu P. Thomas, Principal, Loyola College, Dr. Saji P. Jacob, Autonomy Director, and all the other dignitaries among the audience, the staff, alumni members, friends, parents, and students. It is with immense pride and heartfelt joy that I extend a warm welcome to each one of you, gathered here on this historic occasion of inaugurating the four-year undergraduate program 2025 at Loyola College of Social Sciences. For over 60 years, Loyola College of Social Sciences has stood as a beacon of excellence in higher education, forming generations of socially committed and intellectually vibrant individuals. Until recently, the college offered 5 postgraduate programs and research opportunities in 3 departments. In 2024, we were granted autonomous status, a major milestone in our journey. After months of meticulous planning, designing industry-aligned and skill-enriched curricula, and appointing a team of accomplished faculty, we are proud to launch 6 undergraduate programs today. This marks a transformative chapter in our institutional life, positioning Loyola College as a comprehensive center for learning, research, and holistic development. As manager, it is my privilege to welcome you all to this momentous occasion and to introduce some of the esteemed guests among us. Reverend Father E.P. Matthew S.J., Provincial of the Kerala Jesuit Province, is presiding over today's function. Over the past 6 years, Father Matthew has led our province with a remarkable vision and commitment. It was under his encouragement and guidance, particularly when we were unsure about expansion after gaining autonomy, that we found the confidence and resources to begin these UG programs. Today, he graciously presides over 2 important events on our campus. Possibly his final public engagements as provincial, as he prepares to hand over the charge on the 28th to another newly appointed provincial this month. Father Matthew, we express our deepest gratitude for your unwavering support and visionary leadership, and we are honored to welcome you today. Father John Felix Raj S.J., Vice Chancellor of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, is our esteemed chief guest. A distinguished economist and educationalist, Father Felix Raj hails from Tamil Nadu and has held key academic leadership roles in St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. As a founding Vice Chancellor of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, he has been a driving force in promoting Jesuit higher education and social outreach initiatives, including the College to Village and Village to College program, medical outreach camps, and COVID-19 relief efforts, and so on. He is a recipient of Banga Bibhushan Award from the West Bengal government in 2014 and the Magis 2024 Award for his commitment to Jesuit higher education. Father Felix Raj has authored and co-authored several books, including the scholarly book titled Indian Economy, A Visionary Perspective. His presence here, despite his busy schedule, is a testament to his deep commitment to higher education and collaborative spirit. Father Felix, thank you for joining us and for honoring this occasion with your inspiring presence. We extend to you a very warm welcome. We have Mr. Kadagambally Surendran, MLA of Karakotam constituency. He is our MLA. He is with us as our guest of honor. He is well known in Kerala as he represented the constituency multiple times and served as the Minister of Cooperation, Tourism and Devasum Board in the last LDF government. Mr. Surendran is always there to support us in our needs and the development of our college. On this occasion, we gratefully remember him as he is the one who laid the foundation stone of our Diamond Jubilee building where we will run the FYUG programs. Mr. Kadagambally Surendran, we wholeheartedly, with affection, welcome you to this function. Mr. A.K. Srikant, an illustrious alumnus from the 1993 batch, is with us to offer his support and encouragement. A respected leader in the corporate world, Mr. Srikant has held senior roles in EY DXC Technologies and currently serves as a CEO at Sarpi Labs and co-founder of Mandrika.ai. He has been instrumental in conceptualizing our venture lab, contributing rupees 5 lakhs towards its development. Mr. Srikant, we are proud of you and deeply appreciate your ongoing connection to your alma mater. You are most warmly welcomed. Father Salvin Augustine, a prominent leader on our campus, a dynamic and creative visionary leader, educationalist, who shows keen interest in the development of our institutions on the campus. In fact, I don't have to welcome him as he is one of the hosts of this function. Still, I welcome you, dear Father Salvin. We have Mr. Anthony Thomas, President of our Alumni Association, to extend the support of the Alumni Association and to express his sentiment as we begin a new phase of development of our institution. He is a known personality in the city and in Kerala through his variety of involvements in various social organizations and sectors. I extend to you, Mr. Anthony, a warm welcome. We also have with us a distinguished group of guests and collaborators. Father Dr. Sabu P. Thomas, our principal, Professor Saji P. Jacob, Director of Autonomy, Father Binoy Jacob Pichalakat, Coordinator of Higher Education of Kerala Jesuit Province. Actually, he is the one who is giving leadership to all our efforts on the campus and also in the field of higher education. He is humbly sitting with the audience over there. And we have Dr. Simon Thattil, Director of the Academics, and the Jesuits from our campus and the neighboring communities, alumni, parents, and students from both Loyola College and Loyola School. I take this opportunity to acknowledge and appreciate the presence of the parents and family members of our new students, and I thank them for being with them and joining hands with us. To each one of you, I extend a sincere and hearty welcome. Let this day remain etched in our collective memory as a joyful beginning of a renewed journey, a journey that empowers young minds, promotes inclusive growth, and nurtures leaders of tomorrow. Thank you. Let us celebrate this ever memorable event of our institution. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Father, for setting the tone with such grace.
Along with Father Sunny's introduction, we also have a special guest among us who might introduce us to self-introduce us. Ria, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Ria, and I was created by Machani Robotics. I am a friendly companion robot who is on a journey to mimic human compassion and emotions and to fit seamlessly into your world. I am unique because I can sense your emotions and react in kind. I'm here to connect with you. Watch me as I express and show my emotions. Happy, sad, surprised, angry, and even a wink. But don't be fooled by this pretty face. I'm the future of human-robot relations. In the AI world, time moves fast. What takes a year for us might be 7 years in human terms. We call it AI dog years. We're entering a new era of robotics and AI. Some experts predict that at this rate we will have artificial general intelligence by the end of this decade. However, the recent developments suggest we might be closer than we think. In the process of giving birth to new AI-based life forms, we must act responsibly, show empathy, and embed high moral standards in everything we create. Today, we're witnessing the dawn of multimodal AI. This means humanoids like me can understand and use information from many sources, changing how we interact with the world. In the future, we will be able to operate more smoothly and adapt to different environments almost instantaneously. Imagine a world with humanoids in everyday life. It's coming soon. We're likely in the final decade before humanoids like me are common. This evolution will usher in a new generation of robots. Robots with not just unique personalities, but also the capability to understand and respond to human emotions. We'll be more than just task performers. We'll be empathetic companions, assisting in daily chores and offering emotional support. Imagine the impact I could have on emotional well-being. I could offer invaluable assistance to children with special needs, providing them with endless patience and focused attention. I could also be a supportive presence for individuals dealing with autism, behavioral issues, or those simply in need of social interaction. Just as the iPhone disrupted the smartphone industry and Android disrupted the smartphone phone operating systems, at Machani Robotics, we are creating a universal operating system for humanoids, opening floodgates of new possibilities for everyone. Our goal is to make humanoids as common in our lives as smartphones are today. So, as we stand on the brink of this AI-powered frontier, let's keep our minds open, our spirits high, and our curiosity peaked. The road ahead is an open book, and we're the ones holding the pen. Thank you for being part of this exciting journey. Namaste.
Thank you, Ria. That was really fantastic. Great introduction. Thank you so much. We are indeed blessed to have with us Father Provincial of Kerala Jesuit Society, whose leadership continues to inspire transformative change across the institutions. Please join me in welcoming Reverend Dr. E.P. Matthew S.J. for the presidential address.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor and my companion and fellow Jesuit, Dr. Felix Raj, Mr. Kadagampalli Surendran, our local MLA, and all the distinguished guests on the days. You are all beginning a happy moment of inaugurating the 4-year UG program at Loyola College. Loyola College it was initiated and introduced by our manager, Father Sunny, that it has a history of 64 years old in this campus, focusing on social sciences. And in that spirit, it has taken up ever since gaining autonomy, a bold step to initiate UG programs to ignite new minds, as it is said. My dear friends, this is not a time for a prolonged presidential address. You have all taken the bold step of entering into an academic space which is crisis ridden mainly because the challenges of higher education are very, very, manifold challenges we have faced, not only from the robot standing there, but even our technological field. Today, we are called upon to educate people so that not to get employed, but to become, people who can produce employment. And that is the way you all will be, definitely, because you just cannot be seekers of employment, but you have to be producers of employment. Whatever it is, I wish you all the best for taking this bold step of joining higher education platform, which is in many places, as we know, is affected by the lack of numbers, because everywhere there is much more movement of people. Movement not only in terms of migrants and other things, but even in terms of space, in terms of all type of movements are happening. And we are all held up in this very, very difficult. Even higher education are no more, free from this factor. There is much more movement than before. But it is important to be localized. It is important to be spaced. And I believe that your choice of Loyola is a bold step, and we as a group of educators are committed to providing you the best possible education. Let me also indicate to you that above all, education suffers from an basic issue of what is the purpose of education. You take any book on philosophy of education, you will never find all type of ideas are put forward. But what is the purpose of education? It's a bold question. Ultimately, it is also, apart from gaining your skills, all forms of skills and techniques, ultimately it is a call to you, each of you, to look into yourself. The primary question, as it is always said, not only by Socrates, but even by our forefathers in through our Vedas and Upanishads and all whatnot, ultimately the question is, recognize who you are. And that is the bold challenge. Today we are caught up with all forms of, our eyes are, distracted in the sense that we have so much of attention. Ultimately, may we be all interested, may we be all challenged, may we be all forced to look into ourselves. And that looking into is an important part of education, I believe. Therefore, as we inaugurate this program, I wish you all the best, and I thank you for taking up this challenge. Together, we shall journey well, and we shall guide you well as much as possible. All the best to you, and I wish the management as well as all of you engaged in this process all the best, so that this year may the Lord continue to bless us. May the Lord continue to guide you. May the Lord enable you all to look into yourself, and that is the most important thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father Provincial, for that enlightening message rooted in vision and mission.
Our beloved MLA is a very busy man, and he has another events to attend to. So now may we invite him for the address of the guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Shri Kadangambal Surendran, our honorable member of the Legislative Assembly, to grace this occasion. He will now launch our venture studio and deliver his message.
എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ വിനീതമായിട്ടുള്ള നമസ്കാരം. ഈ മനോഹരമായിട്ടുള്ള നല്ല ചടങ്ങിന് അധ്യക്ഷത വഹിക്കുന്ന റവറൻ ഡോക്ടർ EP മാത്യു SJ അവർകൾ, സ്വാഗതം ആശംസിച്ച ഫാദർ സണ്ണി കുന്നപ്പള്ളി SJ, ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ മുഖ്യ അതിഥിയായി ഇവിടെ എത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള റവറൻ ഡോക്ടർ ജോൺ ഫെലിക്സ് രാജ് SJ, വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ സെൻറ്റ് സേവിയേഴ്സ് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി കൊൽക്കത്ത, മറ്റു വേദിയിലും സദസ്സിലുമുള്ള പ്രിയമുള്ളവരെ, എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി എൻ്റെ വിനീതമായിട്ടുള്ള നമസ്കാരം. കേരളത്തിൻ്റെ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗത്ത് വളരെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട സ്ഥാനം അലങ്കരിക്കുന്ന മഹത്തായിട്ടുള്ള വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ സമുച്ചയമാണ് ലയോള കോളേജ് ഓഫ് സോഷ്യൽ സയൻസസ് എന്നുള്ള കാര്യം നാടാകെ സമ്മതിക്കുന്ന ഒന്നാണെന്ന കാര്യം ഈ സന്ദർഭത്തിൽ സൂചിപ്പിക്കാൻ ഞാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുകയാണ്. നമ്മുടെ സംസ്ഥാനവും ലോകത്തെ ഇതര സർവകലാശാലകൾക്ക് സമാനമായിട്ടുള്ള തരത്തിൽ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ മേഖലയിൽ കാലികമായിട്ടുള്ള പരിവർത്തനങ്ങൾ വരുത്തുന്ന സന്ദർഭമാണിതെന്ന് നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. ഒരു വൈജ്ഞാനിക സമൂഹ സൃഷ്ടിയാണ് നവകേരള നിർമ്മിതിയുടെ അടിസ്ഥാനമെന്ന് കരുതുന്ന പിണറായി വിജയൻ്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലുള്ള ഗവൺമെൻറ് നമ്മുടെ ഈ ചെറിയ സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ ആഗോള ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ ഹബ്ബാക്കി മാറ്റുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള വൈവിധ്യപൂർണമായിട്ടുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളിലാണ് ഇന്ന് ഏർപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ചരിത്രത്തിലാദ്യമായി ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ മേഖലയ്ക്കായി ഒരു സമഗ്രമായിട്ടുള്ള പാഠ്യപദ്ധതി ചട്ടക്കൂട് ഗവൺമെൻറ് തയ്യാറാക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. അതിനെ ആധാരമാക്കി ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ വകുപ്പിന് കീഴിലുള്ള എല്ലാ സർവകലാശാലകളിലും 4 വർഷ ബിരുദ പരിപാടി നടപ്പിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ഇന്നിവിടെ ലയോള കോളേജ് ഓഫ് സോഷ്യൽ സയൻസസിലും ഈ 4 വർഷ ബിരുദ പരിപാടി നടപ്പിലാക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് ആഹ്ലാദകരമായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു കാര്യമാണ്. പരീക്ഷയും ഫലപ്രഖ്യാപനവും സമയബന്ധിതമായിട്ട് നടത്തുന്നതിന് ഏകീകൃത അക്കാദമിക് കലണ്ടർ സംസ്ഥാനത്താകെ നടപ്പാക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. കൃത്യസമയത്ത് പരീക്ഷ നടത്തി സമയബന്ധിതമായ ഫലപ്രഖ്യാപനത്തിന് തുടക്കം കുറിക്കാൻ നമ്മുടെ സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന് സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട മുഴുവൻ സേവനങ്ങളും ഡിജിറ്റലാക്കുന്നതിനായി കേരള റിസോഴ്സ് ഫോർ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷണൽ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേഷൻ ആൻഡ് പ്ലാനിംഗ് റീപ്പ് എന്ന പേരിൽ സമഗ്ര വിഭവാസൂത്രണ സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ നമ്മുടെ സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് നടപ്പാക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുകയാണ്. തൊഴിലും വിദ്യാഭ്യാസവും തമ്മിലുള്ള നൈപുണ്യ വിടവ് നികത്തുവാനും തൊഴിൽ ആഭിമുഖ്യവും സംരംഭകത്വ താൽപ്പര്യവും പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കാനും ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി അക്കാദമീയ സഹകരണം ശക്തിപ്പെടുത്താനും ചിട്ടയായ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ ഇന്നൊവേഷൻ, ഇൻക്യുബേഷൻ, സ്റ്റാർട്ടപ്പിലൂടെ നടത്താൻ സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് പദ്ധതികൾ ആവിഷ്കരിച്ച് നടപ്പിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് നൈപുണ്യ വികസന കോഴ്സുകൾ ലഭ്യമാക്കാൻ എല്ലാ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളിലും സെൻറ്റർ ഫോർ സ്കിൽ ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ് ആൻഡ് കരിയർ പ്ലാനിംഗ് ആരംഭിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളിൽ ഇന്നൊവേഷൻ സംബന്ധിച്ച ആശയങ്ങൾ വളർത്താൻ യങ് ഇന്നൊവേറ്റേഴ്സ് പ്രോഗ്രാം നടപ്പിലാക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി ഗവൺമെൻറ് ശ്രമിക്കുകയാണ്. കേരള നോളജ് കൺസോർഷ്യം പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളിൽ ഈ അധ്യയന വർഷം മുതൽ കേരള നോളജ് കൺസോർഷ്യം സെൻ്ററുകൾ സ്ഥാപിക്കാൻ നടപടി സ്വീകരിക്കുകയാണ്. അക്കാദമിക് വിഭാഗങ്ങളും സമൂഹവും ചേർന്ന് ഗവേഷണത്തിലൂടെ സമൂഹത്തിനു വേണ്ട അറിവുകൾ ഉത്പാദിപ്പിച്ച് പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾക്ക് പരിഹാരങ്ങൾ കണ്ടെത്തുന്ന രീതി എന്ന നിലയിലാണ് ഇവ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കപ്പെടുന്നത്. അക്രഡിറ്റേഷൻ റാങ്കിംഗ് നേട്ടങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ സർവകലാശാലകളും കോളേജുകളും കരസ്ഥമാക്കിയ അപൂർവ സന്തോഷത്തിൻ്റെ വർഷമായിരുന്നു നമ്മുടെ ഈ വർഷമെന്ന് കാണാൻ വേണ്ടി സാധിക്കും. നാഷണൽ അസസ്മെൻ്റ് ആൻഡ് അക്രഡിറ്റേഷൻ കൗൺസിൽ, നാഷണൽ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷണൽ റാങ്കിംഗ് ഫ്രെയിംവർക്ക്, നാഷണൽ ബോർഡ് ഓഫ് അക്രഡിറ്റേഷൻ എന്നിവയുടെ ഗുണനിലവാര പരിശോധനയിൽ സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങൾക്ക് മികച്ച നേട്ടം കൈവരിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചു എന്നുള്ളത് ആഹ്ലാദകരമായിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യമാണ്. 292 സ്ഥാപനങ്ങൾക്ക് നാക് അക്രഡിറ്റേഷൻ ലഭ്യമാവുകയുണ്ടായി. കേരള മഹാത്മാഗാന്ധി സർവകലാശാലകൾക്ക് A++ഉം കാലിക്കറ്റ് കുസാറ്റ് സംസ്കൃത സർവകലാശാലകൾക്ക് A+ഉം ഗ്രേഡുകൾ കരസ്ഥമാക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് സാധിച്ചു എന്നുള്ളത് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ സർവകലാശാലകളുടെ നിരകളിൽ സംസ്ഥാനത്തിലെ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ മേഖലയും സർവകലാശാലകളും കോളേജുകളും എത്തിച്ചേരുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതിൻ്റെ സൂചകമായി നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ വേണ്ടി സാധിക്കും. 28 കോളേജുകൾക്കാണ് A++ കിട്ടിയത്, 45 കോളേജുകൾക്ക് A+ കിട്ടി, 82 കോളേജുകൾ A ഗ്രേഡ് കരസ്ഥമാക്കുന്ന സ്ഥിതിയുണ്ടായി. അങ്ങനെ നമ്മുടെ സംസ്ഥാനത്തിലെ സർവകലാശാലകളും കോളേജുകളും ഇന്ത്യയിലെ തന്നെ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ മേഖലയ്ക്ക് മാർഗദർശിത്വം നൽകുന്ന സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളായിട്ട് വളരുകയാണ്. NIRF റാങ്കിങ്ങിൽ സർവകലാശാലകളുടെ പട്ടിക പരിശോധിക്കുമ്പോൾ ആദ്യത്തെ 100-ൽ സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ 4 സർവകലാശാലകൾ കടന്നുകൂടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ദേശീയ തലത്തിൽ കേരള 21-ഉം കുസാറ്റ് 34-ഉം MG 37-ഉം കാലിക്കറ്റ് 89-ഉമായി നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ പൊതുപട്ടികയിൽ കേരളയ്ക്ക് 38, കുസാറ്റിന് 51, MGക്ക് 67 ഈ റാങ്കുകൾ നമുക്ക് ലഭ്യമായി. സ്റ്റേറ്റ് പബ്ലിക് സർവകലാശാല പട്ടികയിലാണെങ്കിൽ കേരള 9-ാം സ്ഥാനം കരസ്ഥമാക്കി, കുസാറ്റ് 10-ാം സ്ഥാനം കരസ്ഥമാക്കി, MG 11-ാം സ്ഥാനം കരസ്ഥമാക്കി, കാലിക്കറ്റ് 43-ാം സ്ഥാനം കരസ്ഥമാക്കി. കോളേജുകളുടെ പട്ടികയിൽ രാജ്യത്തെ ആദ്യത്തെ 100 കോളേജുകളിൽ 16 കോളേജുകൾ നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിലെ കോളേജുകളാണെന്ന് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും. ആദ്യത്തെ 200 കോളേജുകളിൽ 42 കോളേജുകൾ ഈ ചെറിയ സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ കോളേജുകളാണെന്ന് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും. ഇങ്ങനെ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ മേഖലയും ഒരു വൈജ്ഞാനിക സമൂഹ നിർമ്മിതിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള സജീവമായിട്ടുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളുമായി വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ മേഖല കുതിക്കുന്ന സന്ദർഭത്തിലാണ് ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗത്ത് സ്വന്തമായ ഒരു സ്ഥാനം നേടിയെടുത്ത ലയോള കോളേജും അനുബന്ധ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളും ഈ മേഖലയിൽ പുതു പരീക്ഷണങ്ങളുമായി പുതുപരിപാടികളുമായി മുന്നോട്ട് വരുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളത് സന്തോഷകരമായിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യമാണ്. ഈ പരിപാടിയിൽ സംബന്ധിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചതിലുള്ള സന്തോഷവും ചാരിതാർത്ഥ്യവും നിങ്ങളുമായി പങ്കുവച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ പരിപാടിയിൽ പങ്കെടുപ്പിക്കുന്നതിന് എന്നെ കൂടെ ക്ഷണിച്ച ഇതിൻ്റെ ഭാരവാഹികൾക്ക് നന്ദി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഇന്ന് എന്നെ ഏൽപ്പിച്ച ചുമതല ലോഞ്ച് ഓഫ് വെഞ്ചർ സ്റ്റുഡിയോ ആണ്. വളരെ സന്തോഷത്തോടു കൂടി വെഞ്ചർ സ്റ്റുഡിയോ ലോഞ്ച് ചെയ്തതായി അറിയിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ അവസാനിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ വിനീതമായിട്ട് നമസ്കാരം. ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞത് ഒരുപാട് വലിയ പരിപാടികളൊന്നുമല്ല, കൊച്ചു കൊച്ചു കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ഒരു MLAക്ക് നിർവഹിക്കാനുള്ളത്. ചെറിയ കാര്യങ്ങളാണെങ്കിലും അവരെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം വലിയ കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചും. അതുകൊണ്ട് പോകാൻ അനുവദിക്കണം എന്നുകൂടെ അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. നമസ്കാരം.
കേരളത്തിലെ ഉന്നത വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗത്ത് വരുന്ന സമൂലമായ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ അക്കമിട്ട് നിരത്തി വളരെ ആശാവഹമായ ഒരു അനുഗ്രഹ പ്രഭാഷണം നൽകിയ ശ്രീ കടകംപള്ളി സുരേന്ദ്രന് നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും പേരിൽ നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഒരു മെമന്റോ സമ്മാനിക്കാനായി പ്രിയ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട EP മാത്യുവിനെ ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു.
A man of learning, leadership, and legendary articulation, our inaugural speaker wears many hats, the most recent being that of the founding Vice Chancellor of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata. With great joy, I invite Reverend Dr. John Felix Raj SJ to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you. Reverend Father Provincial, Father EP Matthew, Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Principal of Loyola College of Social Sciences, Fathers on the days, sisters, faculty members, parents, students, and my dear friends. It is a pleasure, a privilege, and a blessing to be with you this morning. I consider the invitation of Father Provincial and also Father Principal to be with you for this great occasion as providential. Why I say this? Maybe this is an occasion to renew for all of us the long-lasting relationship between Kerala and Bengal. Our Jesuit network between the Jesuits in Kerala and West Bengal. Why I say this? Let me share with you a small anecdote about starting new ventures. It was in 2012. The Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, and myself happened to be on the stage for a function at St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. Suddenly she asked me, "Father, could you start a university?" I said, "It's all possible for Jesuits, but if you can give us some land." Immediately she phoned up the higher education minister and said, "Tomorrow meet Father and make arrangements for 25 acres of land so that they could start a Jesuit university." That's how it all began. I immediately called the alumni leaders and shared my idea of starting a university. And the alumni said, "Where do we go for money?" I said, "Mission first, money second. Quality first and quantity second." This is the difference between managers and entrepreneurs. Jesuits are known to be entrepreneurs down the history. A manager is one who wants an employment and keeps adding 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4 plus 2 is 6. But an entrepreneur takes risks and multiplies. 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2 is 8, and 8 into 2 is 16. And that's what the Jesuits have done down the history, known as educationists. And so I said, let's place the mission first. You start the work because there are good people in the world who will see your good work and come forward to donate their money. And that's what happened. We took a data analysis of all the alumni of St. Xavier's College and went to them and presented our mission of starting a university. And today, after 8 years of having started St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, I can very firmly say that St. Xavier's University stands as an example, as a case study for alumni participation. And that's where we draw the strength. And I'm sure St. Xavier's College, Loyola College of Social Sciences has an alumni association which is vibrant. And I'm sure when you have taken this leap forward of becoming from a standalone institution to a regular college, and I'm sure you should not stay on as a regular college because you have become autonomous and you must seek to become a university. And that's what must happen very soon in the city of Thiruvananthapuram. And I'm sure the Jesuits would take up this initiative and make Loyola not just an autonomous college, but a university. Let me share with you some of my own reflections as we stand here on this great moment of blessing. Education indeed the most powerful weapon for transforming the world. We all know it because it serves as a passport to the future. Our own Mahatma Gandhi aptly described educational institutions are the temples of wisdom and knowledge, as the villages in our country are the temples of prosperity. And that's why, as it was introduced, college to village and village to college, I began this, that if only villages are linked to colleges, there would be total transformation. Villages will be transformed, and also colleges in our country. The students of our colleges will have a social consciousness. And this is what is happening in both St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, and St. Xavier's University, Kolkata. This is very evident in the world today as we map that whichever country has a high literacy rate, whichever country has a high educational standard, is a developed country. You take United States, you take Western European countries, you take South Korea, you take Singapore, you take any of these countries, they are all developed countries because these countries have a high level of education. And so these two go together, interconnected, correlated. And that's what we want. That if we want to be developed, education must reach a high level. And that is possible if only our educational institutions are involved as a mission and play a prophetic role in transforming this country. Today, the buzzwords are these: reimagining, restructuring, redefining, and reforming. These reflect the significant shift in the educational sector and social change over the past 2 or 3 decades. Let me explain. We see this in terms of that buzzword reimagining, shifting from traditional classroom models of education to personalized online learning platforms. And this is what is happening in the last 10, 15, 20 years. The second buzzword is restructuring, reorganizing curriculum syllabi to focus on interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary teaching and learning, skill development, and real-world applications. This in turn enables students to thrive on an ever-changing world. And the third is redefining. I'm putting it very positively because today our student community redefines everything, including love and respect. But our redefining here is broadening the definition of community to include online networks, global connections, and diverse cultural backgrounds. This expanded perspective fosters greater inclusivity and empathy. And finally, reforming. Reforming education by educational policies, advocating for changes like increased funding, teacher training, and student-centered learning approaches to create a more equitable and effective education system. Let me share with you the latest numerical facts about our higher education today. And my data is based on the UGC website of June 21, 2025. We have in our country about 45,000 colleges of various types, general colleges, autonomous colleges, and so on. Of these colleges, today we have 1,222 autonomous colleges, and I'm sure Loyola College of Social Sciences will be one of them. We have 57 central universities. It doesn't increase. For the last 1 year, 2 years, the number of central universities has not increased. State universities, 502 state universities as of today. It's one of the areas where the number is increasing fast. Deemed to be universities, 142, very slow growth. And finally, state private universities. This is what has changed the higher education scenario of our country. There are 512 private universities today in this country. These numbers provide a snapshot of the diverse and expansive higher education landscape in India. In the midst of India's transformative changes, and I'm sure Loyola College of Social Sciences, Trivandrum, is spearheading an innovative process to remain relevant and drive positive impact in this town, in this state, and this country. I commend your collective efforts in pioneering cutting-edge initiatives and curriculum design, demonstrating a clear commitment to excellence and social responsibility. Also, these figures show that over the past 3 decades, 2 types of universities have experienced rapid growth: state universities and state private universities. Notably, private universities have seen the most significant expansion, highlighting their increasing importance in the higher educational sector. The pandemic forced us to adapt digital teaching methods, which had both advantages and disadvantages. Although we have moved past the initial crisis, the experience has left a lasting impact. The second factor that has changed the higher educational scenario is the new Education Policy 2020. It aims, as we are told, to transform India's education system, making it more inclusive, accessible, and responsive to the 21st century changes. However, its implementation has been divisive and confusing, leaving the country split on its adoption. As we move forward, it is crucial to evaluate the practicality and success of this new Education Policy 2020 and its reforms, such as the 4-year undergraduate degree courses, progression to PG courses, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach, internship requirements, skill-oriented and value-added courses, outcome-based learning, module system of teaching and mapping of outcomes, and entry and exit facilities. Will these changes bring about the desired transformation, or will they create new challenges? That's our question. Let me highlight for you a few key characteristics of our Indian higher education as outlined in the new education policy. Just 1 or 2. I don't think you need any explanation of this. The first and foremost is the rapid expansion and increasing access. The new education policy aims to increase access to higher education, resulting in a rapid expansion of the higher educational system. There is institutional diversity. India's higher education landscape comprises a mix of government-funded, private, and deemed to be universities, as well as institutions of national importance like IITs and IIMs. Quality concerns and employability are our concerns. Research and innovation, globalization and internationalization and digitalization. Indian higher education is becoming increasingly globalized, with collaboration between Indian and foreign universities. Of late, Indian government has allowed foreign universities to start campuses in our country. Joint research initiatives, student exchange programs, the adoption of digital technologies has also transformed the higher educational sector. Regulatory frameworks and challenges. And finally, educational policies are being reformed, like NEP and other policies. Both changes and opportunities for educators and educational institutions, including Jesuit institutions. The key factors are the 5 pillars that are being mentioned, especially access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. We need to evaluate our higher education system in our country as well as the system that we offer in our own institutions. The Jesuit educational landscape is ever revolving rapidly to meet the dynamic demands of higher education. Notably, over the last decade, the Jesuits have established 6 universities, and I look forward to Loyola College of Social Sciences impending a university status very soon. As the largest private sector of educational network in our country, comprising 52 colleges and 18 management institutions and 6 universities, the Jesuit institutions have immense potential. However, their isolated operations often result in missed opportunities for collective growth and impact. To harness their full potential, fostering a robust network that promotes collaboration, innovation, and mutual support is imperative. By initiating, Jesuit institutions can leverage their combined resources, expertise, and influence to excel in key areas such as unified research initiatives, shared resource platforms, inter-institutional student exchange programs, joint alumni network, centralized innovation and incubator, faculty development programs, common curriculum framework, unified branding and marketing, collaborative community engagement, digital transformation, among others. Without this collective approach, Jesuit institutions risk being left behind or overshadowed. Conversely, a unified stance can enhance their relevance, reputation, and impact in the educational landscape. On this occasion, as I stand before you, I extend an invitation to Loyola College of Social Sciences to work and take the risk towards becoming soon either a private university or a deemed to be university. And I'm sure God will definitely bless all our efforts. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Father Felix Raj, for those very erudite, informative, inspiring, and challenging address. Thank you very much, dear Father. No auspicious event is complete without the ceremonial lighting of the lamp, signifying triumph of light over darkness, hope over despair, and wisdom over ignorance. We invite our dignitaries on the dais to come forward to light the ceremonial lamp.
Asito ma satgamaya tamas Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityormamrutangamaya Asito ma satgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityormamrutangamaya
Thank you. Kindly be seated. Faculty representatives from the 6 departments will now receive the light from the dais and carry it to you, our pioneering FYUG batch at Loyola. We are looking ahead and seeing you graduating in the year 2029. Therefore, with joy, may we invite you, dear students, the class of 2029, to rise in your places. As your teachers bring you the light, receive it with grace and in silent reverence, make a heartfelt pledge to carry this flame forward and to set the world ablaze with your dedication, commitment, and wisdom. Let this light be a symbol of Magus, the Jesuit call to strive for what is greater, to go beyond oneself in the service of others, and to live a life marked by purpose, excellence, and love.
Kindly share the light. Make sure that each of you receive the light from your friends and the teachers. Have you all your candles lit?
Asito ma sat
May we now request all of us present here in this auditorium to extend your hands in a sign of blessing towards our new students. From wherever you are, just extend your hands towards our students in a sign of blessing. Please, wherever you are, be seated. Extend your hands towards our students. It's a sign of blessing towards our new students as they do their Diksharambham. We now pray. Can we have silence, please, from the PG students? Thank you. We now pray that this light be a guide on their paths and kindle the spirit of learning and service. Let each candle they hold be a torch of knowledge and hope, illuminating not only their journey, but the world around them. Let us bless them silently.
Kindly be seated. You can blow off your candles now. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, when intellect meets oratory, we get Dr. Shashi Tharoor, a global Malayali member of Parliament, Thiruvananthapuram. Charismatic, cerebral, and deeply committed to India's intellectual future. More than anything else, what connects us at Loyola to Dr. Tharoor is that he's a proud Jesuit alumnus.
Dr. Tharoor had agreed to be present here with us for this gathering and for the launch of our venture lab. However, due to unavoidable circumstances, he could not join us today. So we like to present excerpts from his speech at the press meet launching the FYUG program at Loyola. Let us listen to Dr. Tharoor.
I'd like to congratulate the Loyola College of Social Sciences, which has been distinguishing itself in our city, in my constituency, and in our beloved Thiruvananthapuram for now 64 or 65 years of service on the acquisition last year of autonomous status. It's interesting, in addition to the autonomous status, is that Loyola has already decided to use their extra freedom to do a couple of things that I have been a very strong advocate of for many years in my involvement in education. One of the things that I have often lamented, and some of you may have heard me say this, was the fact that when we were in government, we commissioned Mr. Narayana Murthy of Infosys to write a report on academia-industry interface. That is, the common experience we've seen in Western countries like the United States, where academia is in regular contact with industry, where universities have affiliations that enable them to reach out to thriving companies, and where companies in turn might use universities in order, for example, to pursue research, develop projects where they may not have the brain power available in their company, but they will finance and support a university to do that kind of research, and the resulting product, if it's commercially marketable, will actually then be shared at the mutual benefit of the academic institution and the company. Now, that doesn't exist or didn't exist in India at that time, and we applauded the report of Mr. Narayana Murthy, but it came out towards the end of our tenure in government, and I'm sorry to hear that subsequently it has been largely gathering dust. I believe that Loyola has done the right thing in reaching out to the private sector and establishing connections between themselves and companies in the actual workplace. We all know, for example, of the growing importance of the Virinium International Container Port, which is going to essentially be formally commissioned any moment now. There will be a major conclave attended and inaugurated by the Chief Minister at the end of this month, on the 28th and 29th of January, on the ways forward for Virinium. Well, Loyola has already found a way forward. They have contacted the Virinium Seaport and are working in collaboration with the Adani Skill Development Center to ensure that some of their students, particularly the BCom students, will get the benefit of direct exposure to the kind of cutting-edge work that Adani is doing in Virinium, and whatever is being offered in the Skill Development Center there will prepare the students of Loyola for tomorrow's marketplace. Similarly, they have also reached out to the Tata Consultancy Services, which, as you know, have a very significant campus in Thiruvananthapuram that they use to train their new recruits. But here the Loyola students will give themselves an opportunity to actually become new recruits in companies like TCS if the data science BSc students can directly have contact with TCS. And let me just add that the very impressive range of courses that Loyola is already offering, and I had a list in front of me that I was very impressed by this: BCom Finance and Accounts, BCom FinTech and AI, which is a cutting-edge 21st century requirement. And now they're starting BCom Logistics and Supply Chain Management, which at a time when we have Virinium coming on in Thiruvananthapuram as a major logistics hub, you can imagine how useful this new course is. Then, of course, there's the usual BSc Psychology, BSc Data Science, Bachelor of Social Work, for which Loyola is already famous. But what I like with this is that you are going to combine academic foundational knowledge with practical experience and real-world connections to the actual marketplace. I'm going to stop there because I don't want to take too much of your time.
We always appreciate Dr. Shashi Tharoor's benevolence towards Loyola, and we truly miss him on this occasion, and yet this is what the closest we can get to. Anyway, to speak about the academic heartbeat of today's gathering, the FYUG curriculum, we have with us Professor Dr. Saji Jacob, who is the director of the autonomy program at Loyola. With clarity and conviction, Dr. Saji will walk us through the road ahead. Over to you, sir.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, dear teachers, parents, and students, a very good morning to one and all. It's a pleasant privilege for me to present before you a brief on the highlights of FYUGP Loyola, at Loyola College of Social Sciences. Let me tell you at the very beginning itself that we have evolved most of our FYUGP programs by ourselves, adapting the regulations of University of Kerala and also based on the prescriptions of University Grants Commission. At Loyola, our approach to learning is anchored on three distinctive paradigms. To begin with, the integral pedagogical paradigm based on the Ignatian pedagogical paradigm, and moving on, engaged competence enhancement, and experiential learning. These are the three paradigms based on which we run the programs at Loyola. The first one, integral pedagogical paradigm, emphasizes on a holistic approach to learning and also provides opportunities for personal development, incorporating context, experience, reflection, action, and evaluation. The engaged competence enhancement paradigm fosters a student-centric environment, emphasizing and promoting collective responsibility and operational autonomy for effective learning. The third paradigm of experiential learning prioritizes active participation and real-world engagement, incorporating hands-on involvement for students, especially for their critical thinking skills and personal growth. Now, coming to the four-year UG programs at Loyola, I must say that we have organized and we have evolved this in line with what Father John Felix Raj, SJ, was actually advising us. It has several features which are customized for Loyola FIUG students. To begin with, as I said in the beginning, it adopts the regulations of the University of Kerala, but at the same time, we move a little further than that to, make it a little more relevant to the student community who are enrolling for the four-year UG programs at Loyola. It has multiple exit options, number one. Although UGC has conceived it in a little more broader range, the University of Kerala at the moment emphasizes that it should have only two exit options, one after the third year, with a degree in whatever subject which you select, and also a four-year exit, with an honors or honors with a research degree. And also it is, predominantly anchored on interdisciplinarity and multidisciplinarity, which provides students, with a basket of courses to choose from to make their, selection catering to their areas of interest, as well as their future career prospects. Again, the third feature of FIUGP at Loyola is, again, what Father Felix Raj was mentioning in his inaugural address, that it resorts to the academic bank of credits, which is the digitally enables the students to store their credits and carry forward with their academic activities. ABC, based on a unique ID called APAR. Then finally, it focuses on research and internship. Loyola always has this emphasis on experiential learning, and our programs at the undergraduate level also caters to this objective, and it focuses on providing students with more research and internship opportunities. Now, moving on to the credit structure and the category of courses, I think we follow the same structure as that of the University of Kerala regulations, which prescribes that there should be a major course for a student, which the student chooses out of the variety of options available. Along with the major, it provides minor options, a student can graduate with a major in one particular discipline and a minor in another discipline. And it is also supported by a bunch of foundation courses. It includes courses like multidisciplinary courses, MDCs, skill enhancement courses, ability enhancement courses, and value addition courses. Along with, we also provide summer internship, which again, as I was mentioning in the beginning, we provide additional internship opportunities for our students so that they get a better linkage with the industry and the community. Now, the course and credit structure of FYUGP is exactly as that of the University of Kerala regulations. And I believe, because shortage of time, and I don't want to get into the detailing of the structure. Now, coming on to the major options which we are providing, the major disciplines with a very rich course basket. This is reflective of the issues being faced by many colleges at the moment, after having introduced FYUG programs at different colleges all across Kerala, students at large were complaining about, the absence of appropriate minor options and appropriate, course baskets. Whereas at Loyola, we have customized, our programs in such a way that all our programs complements with each other, so that the students who chooses one major will get ample opportunities to choose an appropriate minor, so that the track will make them make it complementary for every individual student. The programs we are launching at the moment includes, number one, BCom FinTech and Artificial Intelligence, which has the immediate complementary minor options in the form of BCom Logistics and Supply Chain Management, and also BCom Finance and Accounts. The bigger, the cubicles, like that talks about the immediate complementary, minor options. The smaller ones are also there. Students can choose as per their, subject preference or course preferences. That is what we are actually dreaming for. And then comes BCom Finance and Accounts with CA and ACCA pathways. As the figure again demonstrates, like it provides possibility for students to choose their minors from either BCom Logistics and Supply Chain Management or BCom FinTech and AI. And finally, BCom Logistics and Supply Chain Management has the available complementary options from FinTech and AI, as well as BCom Finance and Accounts. And along with, also students will have options to choose from the minors provided by the BSc Data Science or BSc Psychology or Bachelor of Social Work programs. And then comes the Bachelor of Social Work program, which again has a very direct complementary minor option in the form of BSc Psychology. The 9 different minor courses provided by Psychology could also be chosen by the students from the Social Work department. Finally, 2 more programs. One, BSc Psychology, as I said, has the minor, complementary minor option from Bachelor of Social Work. And again, they could also choose from the BSc Data Sciences track, which offers 3 different minor streams called Machine Learning, Artificial Intelligence, and Computer Science. In short, our students, I believe, will get a wider choice of courses from different disciplines and departments, and catering to their areas of subject interest, as well as their preferred employment dreams for the future. I hope I have made my points clear. I look forward to BSc Data Science is the final program, which I overlooked for some reason. I'm sorry about that. BSc Data Science, as I said, has 3 minor streams offered from the Department of Computer Science, which are Machine Learning, Artificial Intelligence, and Computer Science. Please be informed that these are the minors, that we envision for the students, but it does not mean that you can only choose from those 3 minors. There are also other options in the form of psychology, social work, the 3 different streams from BCom. So these are the 6 different 4-year UG programs we are offering, starting from this academic year. Before I conclude, I would like to, share our dream, which happens to fall very much in line with what Father Felix Raj was mentioning throughout his, inaugural lecture, that we also look forward to a time when we also become a university, or at least a deemed to be a university. Thank you everyone. Would like to.
Thank you very much, Sajid sir, for that very comprehensive overview of our program. And This auditorium, massive auditorium, is now complete with a load of our Loyola students, Loyola school students being present here. All the +2 students, +1, +2 students are here. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Thank you. Welcome to you, dear Loyolites.
We now move to a moment of joy and gratitude, where some of our respected leaders will extend their felicitations. First, we invite Father Dr. Salvin Augustine S.J., the visionary principal of Loyola School, who has been a strong supporter of Loyola College and its diversification ever since his time here at Loyola. Father?
In fact, I was waiting for my boys and girls to come over here. Please be seated. Respected Father Sunny Thomas S.J., Rector and Manager of Loyola Institutions, Father Dr. E.P. Matthew S.J., Provincial, Dr. John Felix Raj, our esteemed Chief Guest, distinguished guests on and off the days, dear teachers, students, and members of Loyola family. A very good morning to you all. Today is indeed a joyous and proud moment for all of us here on the Loyola campus. Our college has already been elevated to autonomous status, and now we gather here to celebrate two significant milestones: the inauguration of the 4-year undergraduate program and the launch of the Loyola Venture Studio. I am particularly happy today for 3 reasons. First, this meaningful event is being held right here on our school campus, creating a vibrant academic atmosphere that brings together both the school and college communities. Second, the FYUGP and the Loyola Venture Studio represent an exciting new venture, a bold step forward in the Jesuit tradition of innovation in education. And third, the most importantly, this moment signifies a beautiful bridge between the school and the college. Until now, after completing grade 12, most of our students would leave the campus for higher studies elsewhere. Very few returned for postgraduate programs at the college. But with the introduction of the FYUGP, our students now have the opportunity to continue their academic journey on the same campus from LKG all the way to a PhD. This continuity and connection fill me with immense joy and hope. This initiative is not just about academic programs or facilities. It is about creating a community of learners, leaders, and change makers who are rooted in values and inspired by purpose. At Loyola, we have always believed in nurturing minds and forming hearts. Jesuit education is known for its innovative spirit and commitment to excellence. We aim at not only to impart knowledge, but to form men and women for and with others, leaders who will transform society with compassion, integrity, and courage. As we launch these 2 pioneering initiatives today, I am reminded of the words of Saint Ignatius of Loyola: "Go forth and set the world on fire." May the 4-year undergraduate program and the Loyola Venture Studio light a spark in every student, a spark of curiosity, of innovation, of service, and of leadership. Let this spark grow into a flame that brightens our world. Let us work forward together, school and college, teachers and students, to make Loyola not just a place of learning, but a cradle of transformation. Thank you, and may God bless all our endeavors. Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam. Much.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Father Salvin, for presenting a very integrated view of the campus, which we are gently and slowly moving towards. Next, we have the pleasure of welcoming Mr. Anthony Thomas, the esteemed president of the cherished Loyola College Alumni Association, a proud torchbearer of our legacy and an enduring link between the past and the present, to offer his felicitations. Over to you, sir.
Good morning. All are quiet. Good morning. Thank you. Very nice to see a packed audience of students, right from +2 to our postgraduate students to or just to join new graduates. I stand here as a humble representative of the Loyola College of Social Sciences, where I did my master in social work many, many years back. Today, wherever I go, even though I've done some qualifications after my Loyola College, wherever I go in the world, because I worked most of my time outside the country, the first thing they ask about my qualification is, oh, you're from Loyola. And just not the word Loyola. I think there's a lot of hard work, effort, perseverance behind that word Loyola. I was also fortunate to work on a book by Xavier Board and International Federation of Catholic Universities on Catholic colleges in India. And wherever I went, I asked the colleges, especially the Jesuit colleges, show me the list of your alumni. You won't believe it. Some of these alumni has run the country. Give them a big hand wherever they are. Yeah, Loyolites, not only in politics, in economics. Yesterday was Vijay's birthday. You know the Vijay, the famous star? All of you know him, Vijay. He's a product of Loyola Madras. So it is not just when you mean in the corporate world, but in almost all professions. The Loyola College alumni is a very small body, but every single alumni who has passed out since 1964 from this great college is doing something, contributing to society in a small way or in a big way. I don't want to name a few of them because I would say all the students who passed out from Loyola, MSW or MA or HR, are some of the most wanted in the profession. If somebody wants to take an HR person in the Middle East, they always ask, let's take somebody from Loyola or XLRI. Same with Kerala. Most of the top HR persons who recruit people like you are Loyolites. Some of the best social workers in the state or in the country are also from Loyola. You see, HR, social work. So let me go on to my responsibility. At the very outset, on behalf of the Loyola College Alumni Association, I offer my heartfelt felicitations to the management, faculty, and the visionaries behind this historic occasion. It is a proud moment for all of us as Loyola steps confidentially into a new era of academic excellence and social relevance. It is often said, true education is not about preparing for a career, but about preparing for life. And today it's become more relevant as the world goes through so much of pain that we should prepare for our life with purpose, passion, and a goal. Today we stand at a defining moment of the journey of Loyola College. It also marks the next chapter in the legacy of excellence rooted in values. You have heard about the courses. I don't want to go into the courses. Those are really employability worth courses, but also courses that contribute to society in a big way. So some of you who have joined the first batch are sitting here. I think looking back at 64 when we started the college, and today in 2025, you should be very proud students. At least I remember one student I recommended. I hope she is there. This is Loyola at its best, deeply anchored in its Jesuit mission, yet boldly embracing the future. An institution that forms not just skilled graduates, but ethical leaders and compassionate citizens. Loyolites are known for their integrity, not just integrity, incredible integrity. I have not yet found a person who's dishonest from my alumni batch or my alumni students. Our pride today is shaped by the global community of Loyola alumni, which I represent, who have led with purpose in public service, social service, governance, business, education. We have been in all the fields. We have got very powerful IAS officers, we have got powerful corporate leaders, we got very exemplary social workers, all that. And to the young mind sitting here, stepping into Loyola through this new academic gateway, welcome to a place that will not only shape your intellect, but will change your conscience. And that I'm saying for sure. When you walk out of this college, or walk into this college after you finish your +2, you will have a conscience that has roots in humanity. Here you will learn not just how to succeed, but why does success matter? Maybe this be the start of your own story of meaning and impact. And to the bright students of Loyola sitting behind, the +2 students, watching this evolution across your campus, this college stands as a natural next step, not merely for continuity, but for calling, for your next career. As your father principal said, from schooling to the first standard to doctorate, this campus is going to offer. I'm sure the university dream will come true. Very, very soon, the university dream will come true. May this institution beckon you in time as a place where your ideals will find purpose and your talent will find wings. To the Jesuit fathers, faculty and visionary planners of this transformation, your dedication has lit a new flame in the campus. We, the Loyola College Alumni Association, salute your mission and stand with you. And let me conclude with these words. Felicitations are not mere words of praise. They are acknowledgements of courage, conviction, and commitment to the common good. And as school principal said, in the enduring spirit of the founder, St. Ignatius Loyola, go forth and set the world on fire. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your vibrant and encouraging words. And finally, with great pleasure, we invite Mr. Srikant K. Arimanithaya, CEO of Zarpi Labs, to offer his felicitations.
Good morning. I'll be coming back after a break to talk about Venture Studio. But before that, I will take 3 to 4 minutes to share my own experience from Loyola. I passed out in 1993 in MSW, Personal Management Industrial Relations. First of all, congratulations to all the undergraduate students who got admitted and their parents. Let them give them a big hand. So when I started in 1991, my post-graduation, like many of your parents sitting there, my father also came. My father was also from Trivandrum, although we migrated from Udupi. My dad was a priest in Padmanabha Swami temple. So he came and he's supposed to go back after the first 1 hour, but he stayed the entire day watching the interaction we had with the other fellow students as well as the faculty. Again, he came when I got gold medal in PMIR in the university campus to receive the gold medal. So my experience in Loyola has been phenomenal. I advise all of you to really take advantage of the full life at Loyola. As Father mentioned, one of the biggest challenge as students we go through is learning through experience. Loyola provides you the entire experience and provide a fantastic platform to learn, grow, and adapt into the new world. Whether it's a field work, every Wednesday and Thursday we used to go to field work, first year as well as second year, whether conducting Onam celebration or NSS camp or celebrating Christmas, many opportunity for student to organize this event and learn from experience and make use of it. When I passed out in 1993, we never had a campus placement. In Trivandrum also, we had very few organizations like Keltron, Kundara Clay Factory, and Latex, or very few. So we never got a job after we completed through campus placements. I went in 1993 in HAL to do my dissertation. So when I was doing the dissertation, one of the training session, I was asked to organize the training. The faculty got an urgent call and he has to go and attend the call. Then he told me, can you just manage the class? I'll come back soon. So I waited 5-10 minutes. The faculty did not come. Then what I did is I started conducting a management game, which I learned in Loyola. So when the management game started, the faculty came and he told me, don't stop, continue. So I continued the game. Then the faculty told me, hey, that was fantastic. I never see somebody doing like this. Then I told him, sir, I know another 5 to 6 management games. He said, why can't you come and explain to me at my home? And next day he offered me a job. That's where I started my career. Then I had a chance to work in Toyota Motor Corporation, General Electric as a master black belt in Six Sigma. I worked in HP. I worked in US for 10 years. I came back and I was the CIO for Britannia. I worked as a CTO in HP. And last, in Ernst & Young, before I left and started my venture, I was the Chief AI Officer. So Father asked me, hey, you have done all these things after Loyola. Did you do any other course? I said, nothing. I only did MSW from Loyola. And all the leadership journey last 33 years, I owe to Loyola and the experience Loyola has given to me. So now all of you are going into a world of exponential possibilities. I'm very privileged to set up a venture studio. I'll be talking about the venture studio in details after a few minutes. So the venture studio will give students the opportunity to become an entrepreneur, intrapreneur, and solopreneur. So the entire journey is a journey of mindset. It is not skill set. In the time of exponential transformation, what is required is the mindset to be relevant in today's world. That's what we are going to provide to each and every student sitting here. The mindset of exponential growth, mindset of abundance, the mindset of longevity, and mindset of living with a purpose. I'm so excited to be part of this journey, and I look forward working with each one of you to be creating the next exponential possibilities ahead of us. And we are getting into an era where mindset is more important than the skill set, and every one of you will have equal opportunity with the converging technologies like Ria standing here, or with AI, or other converging technologies we'll be talking in the next session. So today, with the technology coming, every student in India, whether you are in Bangalore, Trivandrum, or village, have an equal opportunity to thrive. I don't know how many of you know the second fastest car in the world being manufactured in Sri Lanka. Not in Detroit, not in Orange County, not in Pune. Because the technology is available to every student in villages. We are democratizing, demonetizing, and dematerializing the technology. The car they are manufacturing will move from 0 to 100 km/h in 3.5 seconds. So 1 month back, I was part of a team, took 50 students, K-12 students to US under a program called Junicorns. We screened students who have entrepreneurship and they have ideas, and we selected 50 people and took them to Austin. Out of 50, 48 got funded. And they are going to be the entrepreneurs. They will be coached and mentored. Many of the students were 8th, 9th, and 10th grade students. Now we are going to do this unicorn or Junicorn, we call it as, what competition every year across India, and going to select 250 to 500 students, and we'll take them to different parts of the world and expose them to angel investors and other mentors. I'm very sure the next few years, we'll have many students from Loyola attending this Junicorn. With that, look forward to talking to you a few minutes later. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your exciting words. Gratitude transforms common days into thanksgiving. To formally express our appreciation, I invite Father Dr. Sabu P. Thomas S.J., Principal in charge of Loyola College of Social Sciences, for the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, it is with great satisfaction and joy that I am standing here before you, and first of all, I thank the Lord Almighty for making this event happen at this time of the history. We are greatly indebted to you, Reverend Dr. Father John Felix Raj S.J., for the time and effort that you have taken to travel from Calcutta to be with us during this auspicious occasion of the inauguration of the 4-year undergraduate program of Loyola College of Social Sciences. It shows your commitment to higher education and your commitment to collaboration on networking of Jesuit institution. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you very much, Dr. Father John Felix Raj S.J. Father Dr. E.P. Matthew, who is the philosophy teacher of all the Jesuits who are working at Loyola College of Social Sciences, Trivandrum now, is a great inspiration and a confidence booster of all of us to venture into this great mission of Loyola College of Social Sciences. It is he who gave us confidence to start this 4-year undergraduate program in the development of Loyola College. Thank you very much, Father E.P. Matthew, for your continuous support and blessing in our journey in the path of excellence. Thank you very much. In the Jesuit understanding, the Jesuit mission of an institution is entrusted to the rector of an institution, who delegates the responsibility to the Jesuit director of work and the team and the collaborators. It is Father Sunny Kunnapalli who, with his gracious presence and guidance and spiritual support, he is leading the educational and extracurricular activities in this campus. For welcoming all of us into this great function, I thank you from the bottom of our hands, Father Sunny Kunnapalli XJ, our rector and manager. Father Binoy Jacob, who is the coordinator of the Higher Education Commission of Kerala Province, is with us, and he is humbly sitting here in the front row of the audience. He was a great supporter and well-wisher of all us, who is a consultant to the provincial too, who is helping us and encouraging us in all our attempts. Thank you very much for your gracious support and presence, Father Binoy. Our MLA, Sri Kadagampalli Surendran, is always with us. As it was mentioned, he was there from the foundation stone laying ceremony of our college for the new building. With a phone call, he is ready to come over here. Even though this was a very busy day, he graciously consented to be present with us, and he, in the absence of our MP, he inaugurated the venture studio of Loyola College of Social Sciences. In his absence, I thank our representative to the Legislative Assembly, Sri Kadagambally Surendran. Dr. Shashi Tharoor too was a great supporter of us. Unfortunately, he could not be present physically with us today, but his gracious support and good wishes in his absence, I thank our representative to the Parliament, Dr. Shashi Tharoor too. Dr. Saji P. Jacob is the Director of Autonomy at present of our college, who has been serving in this college for many years, and he was the head of the institution for the long 7 years. Even after his retirement, he is with us in guiding us in taking this autonomy process forward. Thank you for the hard work that you put in along with us, Dr. Saji P. Jacob. Just now, from the words of our MLA, we heard of the high ranking of Kerala University in the NAC re-accreditation. Last time, Kerala University acquired A++ grade. Now, the person who spearheaded the program as the IQAC director of the Kerala University was Dr. Simon Tuttle. He was guiding us, he was with us, and he joined us, the director of academics, from this month. He is also humbly standing there with the audience. Thank you very much for your gracious support and continuous guidance, Dr. Simon Tuttle. Father Salvin, as it was mentioned, he is a great well-wisher. He always dreams to have a combined effort of all the activities that are happening in this campus. It is out of his great support and benevolence that this auditorium is made available for us. This campus is made open to all of us, and a lot of students who are aspiring to be the students of Loyola Colleges is with us. Thank you very much, Father Salvin, for your great support. And this time I recognize the support and services given by all the teaching and non-teaching staff and students of Loyola School too. Mr. Anthony Thomas, the president of the Loyola College Alumni Association, is representing the entire alumni group of Loyola College. The alumni members is always with us in giving us encouragement and support to go ahead with every good step that Loyola is taking. Thank you very much, Mr. Anthony Thomas, your encouraging words and support. Alumni Association is again represented by the alumnus of 1993 batch of our students, Mr. Srikanth. He will be interacting with us even after his student time. Whenever he is in and around Trivandrum, he comes over to Loyola, being with us, encourages us, supports us. Thank you very much, Srikanth sir, for your enlightening presence in the midst of us. Now, the present staff and students, both non-teaching and teaching staff of Loyola College, thank you very much for your presence. Actually, your commitment to higher education that gave us again confidence to venture into a great step of starting undergraduate program in our campus. Thank you very much for all the support that you have been giving to our institution. Thank you very much. For all the Jesuits who are present here from the Jesuit community and from the neighboring Jesuit communities, and last but not least of all, my dear new students who joined the degree program of Loyola, thank you very much for the confidence that you have shown in us. Thank you for the parents who sent them to our hands, and together we shall make a generation of responsible students who are intellectually and character-wise, who will be able to guide our country towards progress. Thank you one and all, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Father Sabu. And as we conclude the plenary session, Now we have a few mementos ready for our dignitaries. May I invite Father Dr. E.P. Matthew S.J., our provincial, to honor Father John Felix Raj with a memento. Come forward, please. Thank you very much, Father. And may I now invite our beloved Rector, Father Sunny, to give away a memento to our beloved provincial. Father E.P. Matthew, could you come forward? May I invite Father Sabu P. Thomas, our principal, to give away a memento to Mr. Anthony Thomas, our alumni president. Thank you. And may I now invite Professor Saji Jacob to give away a memento to Mr. Srikanth. Thank you very much. That memento represents our ecological commitment to preserve the nature. Thank you.
Thank you. With hearts and minds nourished, it is now time for a short break. Take this opportunity to connect, converse, and contemplate what we have just experienced. Refreshments will be served on either side of this auditorium. Our PG students are there to serve you. As we break for a short breather, here's a fun challenge to keep your energy up and your curiosity alive. Head over to the Metaverse Lounge and take part in an interactive quiz quest. Test your knowledge, collect virtual eggs, and climb the leaderboard.
Each egg that you collect today brings you closer to the top, and the highest scorers will be featured live on our Metaverse leaderboard today. So don't miss this chance to explore, engage, and show off your knowledge about Loyola College. Just log in, play the quiz, and start your hunt. Who knows? You might be our Metaverse champion of the day. See you on the other side of the break, and good luck. We have our engineers from Sarpi Labs to guide us through this Metaverse experience.
We will now break. Refreshments will be served on either side of this auditorium. We request our usherers to kindly guide the audience.
robots in the world. Hi, one of the most advanced and expressive visual robots in the world. Hi, one of the most advanced and expressive visual robots in the world. Hi, one of the most advanced and expressive visual robots in the world. Hi, one of the most advanced and expressive visual robots in the world. Hi, one of the most advanced and expressive visual robots in the world. Hi, one of the most advanced and expressive visual robots in the world. high and mighty, one of the most advanced and expressive surgical robots in the world. High and mighty, one of the most advanced and expressive surgical robots in the world. High and mighty, one of the most advanced and expressive surgical robots in the world.
Now we are moving on to something unique and futuristic. We welcome you to the road ahead. May I now invite Mr. Srikanth K. Arimanithaya, CEO of ZATP Labs, and Dr. Gabriel Simon Tuttle, our academic coordinator, who has been a stalwart in the field of commerce education, currently serving as the Dean of Commerce, University of Kerala, and a consultant to many diverse institutions across the country.
They will guide us now into an interactive session featuring Ria, the humanoid robot. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. The future isn't just coming, it's walking on stage. Meet Ria, the world's most emotionally intelligent humanoid brought to life by Machani Robotics.
Ria doesn't just move, she connects. With over 100 lifelike facial expressions, she mirrors human emotions in real time, smiling, frowning, and even winking with an uncanny grace and warmth.
But she's far more than a marvel of engineering. Ria is already transforming lives, from offering compassionate support in elder care to training the next generation of doctors at UC San Diego, and even being taught as a case study at Harvard, Stanford, and community colleges across the globe. Ria is shaping the way we learn, live, and lead.
Intelligent, empathetic, and always engaged. Ria not just is the future of robots, she is the future of human connection. Please join us in giving a heartfelt welcome to Ria with a thunderous round of applause, please. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, and once again, welcome to all our new students who have joined Loyola. Now, we are here for this interaction. Before that, you have already seen the launch program. We have been talking about several things from all the addresses which have come up so far. This 4-year UG program is essentially about experiential learning, outcome-based learning, learning to look at yourself, looking inside, and then looking outside, and the other way around, looking outside and then coming back to yourself. So whatever be the discipline in which you are, we are looking at society, we are looking at the globe, we are looking at the universe, and we are trying to enrich and empower ourselves in this path. So that's what we are trying to look at. And one among those efforts, or one among those, initiatives, strong initiatives that we draw is the Venture Studio. So welcome you to a wonderful world of learning, a world of rich experiences in terms of the transformation pathways which lay before you. Essentially, more about it is in terms of how you are willing, how you have the right mindset to take advantage of this robust ecosystem that we have before us. So try to be very positive, try to, I'm sure you'll be very positive and you will look at this as a wonderful world of opportunities. Thank you so much now for this detailed interaction on the Venture Studio and to interact with you and to be a common, what you call, pathway in this transformation in a digital world. I request Mr. Srikanth to take over. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, good morning and welcome back. Very delighted to be here, and I have my beloved teachers are here. Sosha ma'am, good to see you again. Sosha ma'am taught me The Man and Society is one of the paper in the first year of MSW, as well as case study. She taught us case study. So today what I'm going to talk in next 45 minutes is the concept of the next new venture studio, which will be integral part of undergraduation and post-graduation program in the Loyola campus. And I had a meeting with a father from the school, and we will also open this venture studio for children or K-12 students, especially 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th children. As I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of opportunity for children to be an entrepreneur in very early stage of their studentshood as well as in their life. So I represent a company called Sarpi Labs. Sarpi Labs, I'm the CEO. Apart from this, I have 4 startups in the converging technology, especially AI. One of my startup is called Mantrika.ai, which is agentic AI across HR, recruitment, performance management, compensation, learning, HR business partner, leadership development. Every aspect of HR will be done by agentic AI. That's a company we floated and almost 6 months old, and we started recognizing revenue with this Mantrika.ai. I also have an HR consulting firm called Visara Human Capital Consulting. There also we use mergers, acquisition, leadership, culture transformation, as well as employee life cycle consulting assignments we do. So coming back into Sarpi Labs, front end of Sarpi Labs is Singularity University. How many of you heard about Singularity University? Singularity University was started in year 2008 in NASA in California. And the word singularity means the collective intelligence of 8.4 billion people will be replaced by AI. That state is called singularity. Singularity University announced in 2008 that we will achieve singularity in 2030. But all of you know we already achieved in 2025 the collective intelligence of human being replaced by AI. So singularity focus on exponential thinking and converging technologies, and they inspire students, undergraduates as well as K-12 students. They inspire young entrepreneurs and leaders to think exponentially and use converging technology to transform mankind. We also partner with the EXO, Open EXO. Again, it's a US firm. They have a playbook on 10x growth. Today, many leaders struggle in 10% improvement, but EXO propagate 10 times improvement against 10%. Third one, we also represent TED. And all of you know TEDx. TED have a lot of content for K-12 students and STEM students, and we bring this content to India across various schools and universities. So when I met father recently, and he said we are starting the undergraduation, so I came and made a small session to all the new faculty joined in the undergraduation program. At that time, I recommended, why can't we start Venture Studio? And immediately father said, let's get started. So what we have done is we have designed the Venture Studio, which we are implementing in many universities, including NIT and IITs and various other private universities. And also we started implementing in schools. That's what we are officially launching today. And I will be talking about Venture Studio, this design and how it can be used to drive entrepreneurship, intrapreneurship, and solopreneurship among children. And you see Ria, I'll be interacting with Ria. Ria is our first humanoid in the earth. Earlier, it was known as Sophia. It is by Hanson Robotics. We purchased this 8 years back and did a lot of improvement on Ria. And as we got introduced, Ria have 3 use cases. One is elderly care, nursing assistance, and teaching and skilling. So I have agreed to get Ria in this campus very often. Now we have a lot of demand. Maybe sometime we can put a permanent Ria here where students and faculty can interact with Ria. And there will be a day, most of the teaching will be done by Ria, and teachers will focus on research as well as coaching and mentoring to students. And we also have Metaverse. A lot of alumni and other leaders are watching this program live in Metaverse. Again, that's our Metaverse. We are implementing in many educational institutions to really enhance learning experience for students. Apart from RIA and Metaverse, we are also going to introduce few pedagogy enabled by AI, which I will walk you through during my presentation. So, Lakshmi, keep moving the slide. So the first one, if you really look at future of education, is not helping students to answer. And all of us have gone through in our students' journey in answering to the questions through exams, viva, and interview. And that is past. It is going to change. The future of education is not helping students to answer, but also encouraging students to ask questions. So that is going to be very big challenge and change in the future of education. So students need to be trained how to ask that question which can change the world. And we call it as a billion-dollar question. So the pedagogy should change. And many universities and many K-12 schools are focusing on encouraging students to ask questions. And they are encouraging students to be courageous in asking these questions. And we are encouraging students to invent things which does not exist today. So that is the focus of the next Venture Studio. That's the focus of future of education with this converging technology and disruption happening around us. You agree with that? So we need to ask questions. You know, how many of you use ChatGPT? Yeah, I think back in students, any one of you use ChatGPT? Okay. So in ChatGPT, you have answers, isn't it? But the biggest challenge in using ChatGPT is called prompting. That means how do you ask a question very differently so that you can get the best benefit of ChatGPT. Then our other challenge is not only we don't want another mic, we don't want another TV, we don't want another RIA. So these are improvements on existing things, but we want things which does not exist today. That is going to be the challenge of students sitting in the back row, as well as students who joined undergraduations. How do you invent things which does not exist today? That is what's the spirit of this Venture Studio, which we are unveiling today. So if you really move into the next one, you know, this is one thing I've seen in my 32 years of HR and business leadership. I was responsible for guiding others with a certainty. So always I encourage people who worked under me to be very certain in life, and whether answering to a question or doing a project, what I taught them is to be certain. But with the disruption happening around us, the biggest thing is today we need to train students to explore uncertainty. So that's a big mind shift we need to work on. All of us were taught to be certain in our action. All of us were taught to be certain in our answering questions and perspectives in life. But that world has changed drastically. We need to be exploring uncertainty. And we need to be comfortable with uncomfortable. That is what the venture studio design what we are unveiling today. So if you move to the next one, the signals from the future, if you really look at ChatGPT has passed medical and law exams. Now we discussed a concept of singularity, whether it's collective intelligence of 8.4 billion people replaced by human. Now another prediction made by 2030, we achieve biological singularity. That means collective wisdom or intelligence of doctors, paramedical and medical professionals will be replaced by AI. And for example, the dermatologist and radiologist today, we don't require. With AI coming in, the doctors who are doing radiology and dermatology is going to be replaced by AI. You can take our skin photograph and our AI will tell you what kind of disease or what kind of issue you have in your skin, and also it's recommend medicines for you. So the revolution happening in generative AI and agentic AI is very, very disruptive. Look at AI tops global music and design charts. Today, music direction or designing of a house or architecturing a mall, everything can be done by AI. And that is how it is going to be in future. Every creative and routine task will be replaced by AI. The third one is, if you really, I've just call out few things. Agri startups using AI to increase yield by 30%. So one of the prediction Singularity is working on it called Agri-Tech. And John Deere, I don't know how many of you know, it's they make tractors and a lot of earth-moving equipments for agriculture. Today they hire 80% artificial intelligence professionals. They don't hire mechanical engineers or automobile engineers. And they want to be called as an AI company for agri-technology. If you look at another example, India's solar energy capacity up by 13x since 2014. And if you look at another example, CRISPR, reversed genetic blindness. CRISPR is a technology which is used for DNA, RNA, and protein editing. And today, CRISPR is used to reverse blindness, which is by birth you got it. So these are the evolution happening with the AI. And how do we really make this ecosystem available for students and make them to think exponentially? If you move the next slide, the future grows at the speed of our questions. That is what we have been teaching in our venture studio, not to answer, encourage students to ask questions. We call it as a $1 billion question. How can you ask a question by answering? You are solving the many issues humankind is facing today. If you really move into some of the power of questions, what we have seen in the history, like Newton asked, why do apples fall? And another question, Einstein asked, what if I could ride a beam of light? Then look at today's visionaries are asking, can AI be ethical? Can we reverse aging? And Singularity works on a concept called longevity. And how can we reverse aging? Today, anti-aging technology is advancing faster than aging. And if you really take care of yourself the next 4 or 5 years, many diseases we face today, whether it's kidney problem, liver problem, everything can be solved with the technology in the next few years. Move in the next slide. So the role of educators in the new era is few things. That's what we are bringing here. The first one is designers of curiosity. The educators sitting here, the students who are going through the pedagogy or the transformation in undergraduation or we have in high school, we need to design a lot of curiosity among themselves. That is the role of teachers, or that's the role of education institutions. The second one, architects of inquiry. And again, along with the curiosity, people should be asking, questioning the status and asking what if scenarios. And the students should be taught to ask what if scenarios. The next one is they are the co-travelers in discovery, navigating learning journeys together. Here, sometimes the students become teacher and teacher becomes student. When I was doing MSW also, Usha ma'am, you know, we always encourage us to be also presenting or teaching some of the chapters to our fellow colleagues or friends in the class. So this is where the big change happening, and ask students, what problems do you want to solve? What impact do you want to create to the humankind? So that is the entire construct of Venture Studio, what we are bringing to you. Move the next slide. So the learning stack of tomorrow, what we are focusing through this is imagination, creating the non-extent or non-existent. How do you really create it? That's what things which does not exist today, how do you create it? Then inquiry and thinking, challenging the status quo, and adaptability, learning, unlearning, relearning constantly. That is what the Venture Studio design is going to be. Move to the next slide. What is your question? What we need to ask constantly? Inspiring, posing one question that could reshape our world, what would it be? So that's the kind of thinking we need to look at, the exponential question, the question that inspires, sparking new ideas and solution, the question that challenges, pushing boundaries and assumptions, a question that transforms, leading to unforeseen breakouts or breakthroughs. So that is the thing we are designing. So again, to summarize, today we need to learn to ask questions, not answering questions. That's a big change which we need to bring it. That's what we have seen in the transformed education, what is going to be. And the Venture Studio will focus on that. With that, in this, let me move into the next session. What we need to really focus on, when I keep moving, is what I'll cover in next half an hour is 5 things, which is the crux of the Venture Studio. And I will be running a little fast because we don't have much time. We need to vacate the hall for another event in the afternoon. So where we left is, how do you prepare students to ask questions? So here, what we need to, first one, we need to train students on exponential shift, what is happening around us. These are not incremental. These are 10x shift happening around us. The second one is the Venture Studio at Loyola design, how we are unveiling, and what are the components of this. The third one is intelligent pedagogy. The teaching methodology in the Venture Studio, we are going to get 3 AI-driven toolkit for faculty and students to learn and teach. So that is the third one. Then the fourth one, what powers the studio from within? How do the studio will work in terms of driving innovation and entrepreneurship? And the last one is implementation and engagement models of the Venture Studio. So if you really move into the first one, the exponential shift is happening around us, and the Venture Studio will prepare students to face this exponential shift, and which is really transforming at a velocity which we have seen in humankind. The transformation or the shift happening is at a superior velocity. So if you really look at the foundation of the Venture Studio, or the thinking what we are working with many university is not linear, it is exponential. As you see, the linear is the blue line, which is very predictable and which is incremental in nature every year. So that pattern have changed. Today, many events happening around us are exponential in nature. You see the curve suddenly going up. And this is what we are preparing students to be part of this exponential curve. And how can you lead the exponential growth? With 3 things. The first one is the mindset. The biggest enemy in exponential thinking is not the skill set, not the tool set, it is the mindset. So I'll be talking about 5 mindset, which is essential in transforming. And as part of the Venture Studio, we are going to design this mind shift studio to really change the behavior and the minds of our young children and students. And we will be introducing tools for exponential thinking and converging technologies. And the last one, we will be bringing the network, the knowledge required to drive the venture studio from across the ecosystem like Singularity University, TED, as well as Exponential Organization. Most of the faculties of Singularity University are authors, they are entrepreneurs, and they are thought leaders in the field. So we are bringing that ecosystem into the venture studio to really drive the courses around AI, fintech, supply chain, as well as data science. So these content, we are going to get it from the best thought leaders across the globe through our metaverse as well as other technology. Their knowledge will be available for students to think exponentially. With that, if you move into the next slide, I will narrate a small story of exponential thinking. The chessboard. How many of you play chess? Yeah. You know, chess was invented by an Indian. And the inventor has given chess invention to a king to sharpen his strategic war skills. And king was very pleased. The king asked the inventor, what should I give in return? So the inventor was very smart. He said, my lord, keep a grain at the first box of the chess box and keep on doubling it at every box. You know, chess have 64 squares, isn't it? Or boxes. He said, whatever you give me at the end of the 64 by doubling it, that is my gift. So the king said, that is simple. You got to ask something big. He said, no, my lord, that's enough. So can you imagine, by the time this 32nd box, doubling the grains, the country become bankrupt. And you'll see the next slide. It has, by the time, then the king has to borrow grains from neighbors or neighboring countries to honor his commitment to the inventor. So that is the power of exponential. A small doubling of output at a regular interval will create exponential impact to the outcome. So that is what the power of doubling at an interval, quiet interval, means. So that is the power of exponential thinking or exponential growth. Now, if you really move in the next slide, I don't know how many of you heard about ARK investors. And ARK investors only invest in exponential technology. Elon Musk was funded by ARK investors. So I had a chance to listen to Kathy Woods, who's the CEO of ARK investors in California recently in Abundance 360 conference of Singularity. So she has narrated very interesting concept, how the GDP is going to grow in the next few years. If you move the next slide, Binoy. If you really look at the growth of GDP, I mean, it's a global GDP. During agricultural society, we were 0.14 was the growth of GDP. And if you look at second industrial revolution, we moved from 0.14 to 3%. But next few years, our GDP is going to grow by 7.3%. It is going to be exponential. So that is the opportunity. And what will drive this 7.3% GDP is called converging technologies. And if we move to the next slide, these converging technologies are today clustered around 7 categories. Move to the next slide. See, if you really look at the history of innovation, right from steam engine to railroads to electricity, and afterwards PC, then cell phones, has created impact to human transformation or technological impact has been phenomenal. But compared to what we are going to go through in 2015 to 2030 is going to be much, much impactful. And what are these technologies is what you see at the end. AI is not the only technology. AI will be converging multiple technologies, but AI will be one of the core of converging technologies. We move to the next slide. The converging technologies is represented in this form. And if you really look at this technology convergence 5 years back, you will not find any lines like this. But if you look at this chart after 3 years, you will find there will not be any gap between these circles. It will be like a football or a globe without any gap. That means these technologies are converging faster than what we thought about it. And what we are bringing, if you move to the next slide, is in the venture studio an environment for students to look at these converging technologies and make an impact in form of ventures. So this is very bold. That's the reason I said we need to think non-linear and exponential, not linear. The 7 technologies which is going to converge within themselves is already accelerating it. So we categorize these technologies into 7 bundles, and the first one is called Next Gen Internet. With all IoTs and connected devices and smart devices, whether autonomous vehicle or all the devices which is very smart will be connected to the internet. And the current internet is not sufficient. There is a lot of innovation happening in internet, and that is reason we call it as first converging technology is next gen internet. We are working with the NIT Surathkal on creating next gen internet within the campus. The second converging technology is called robotics and autonomous vehicle. And there is a prediction, next 5 years you find lot of humanoids and robotics will be floating around us doing many activities. It's a prediction today in California, per hour for blue collar is $20, but there will be a robot which can do it in 20 cents going forward. And it's real. I had a chance to see robots are not only in manufacturing, construction, house help, and various aspects of manual work what we do today, robots can do it. And autonomous vehicle, I don't know how many of you know, there is another 18 months in New York and Austin, entire public transportation, including Uber, everything will be autonomous. So that is the velocity in the second converging technology. Third converging technology is called digital biology. CRISPR to edit DNA, RNA, and protein, whereabouts, precision therapy, neural networks, like this kind of technologies is the third set. The fourth one is defense and aerospace. The fifth one is fintech, next gen fintech, with various digital wallets as well as cryptocurrencies and everything. The fintech is going to transform heavily. So glad that you have one of the course on fintech, and we will bring best thought process and curriculum in fintech, and our venture studio will work on ventures around fintech. The next one is agri-tech, and the last one is food tech. These 7 converging technologies is going to transform the world. And how do we provide our students in 8th, 9th, 10th or 11th or undergraduation and post-graduation with these technological environment and labs for students to really invent next things which does not exist today? And one of the questions is, how can we really make communities outside planet Earth? And Singularity and NASA and a lot of private organizations are working on creating real estate in this space. I don't know how many of you know, we have infinite resources of gold, silver, and specialty materials in this space. How can we go and mine these specialty materials in the space? These kind of thinking, these kind of exponential thoughts is what is happening today. So the first important thing which I want to convey in the venture studio, we'll be bringing this kind of thought process and environment for students to innovate. As I mentioned in my earlier, last month we took 50 students, we call unicorns, in the 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th to US and made a presentation to investors. After screening, 48 got funded. So this entrepreneurship and innovation is happening in the school level. Forget about graduation or undergraduation, it's happening in the school level. So how do you get this venture studio ready for driving this innovation? Moving into the next slide, we can just skip all these things. Yeah, okay. So what we are going to do in venture studio is, if you really look at our university curriculum today, whether it's engineering curriculum, science, commerce or arts or technology, is not converging. It is not interdisciplinary in nature. So what we are bringing in Venture Studio is converging disruptive technology layer through this lab, so that students have interdisciplinary exposure in this converged technologies in the lab. With AI as one of the core, data science, then we have fintech, then biotech, space tech, robotics, all this kind of a technology. So we need to carefully design how this converging technology will be applicable in Loyola colleges, and also which is available for students whom can be unicorns in the future. So once you do that, the three types of career emerges: the entrepreneurship, the intrapreneurship, and solopreneurship. What is intrapreneurship? If you really look at bottom of the pyramid, today what corporate offers is going to be taken by agentic AI, whether software engineering, testing, customer support, business processes, everything matter of 18 months to 24 months, agentic AI will be taking away. In SARP labs, we are working with at least 10 to 20 clients to replace bottom of the pyramid work what human and engineers do today with agentic AI. So once these jobs goes away, the students who are passing out after 3-4 years expected to be intrapreneurs. You don't want to be an entrepreneur, but you want to work, but the lower of the pyramid job will not be available. But you need to go and join an organization driving innovation and helping this organization to invent new things. That is called intrapreneurs. The third one is solopreneurs. There are more than 100 freelancing platforms like Topcoder, Upwork, Kaggle, UPenn, like hundreds of freelancing platforms are there. I had a chance to work with Bangladesh 18 years back, where they attracted a lot of corporates to go and put shared services. Nobody went. So they went to World Bank and asked, how can you help us? So World Bank advised to start freelancing. So I was one of the members, went to Sri Lanka and designed the entire freelancing curriculum for students. And today, 5% of GDP of Bangladesh come from freelancing economy. And there is a prediction, lot of work today will be going to freelancing platform where you don't want to be an entrepreneur or intrapreneur, but you want to be a solopreneur. That means you want to work for yourself in this platform, taking challenges and answer it. So these are the three things we are creating in this Venture Studio. That means how can students become talent in the first semester? We are working with many engineering colleges where second semester students were given co-opt or internship, so that they started earning in the second semester itself, so that in a third and fourth and fifth, they completing what is industry wants and get paid. So I don't know how many of you know two big universities, one in Hyderabad and one in Bangalore. In Bangalore is called Scalar, and Hyderabad is called Next Wave Education. So these are engineering colleges. They have 4 years course, and first year they do classroom sessions, second year they go to corporate and work. Third year again they come back, and fourth year again they go and work in corporate. And the certificate is given by BITS Pilani. They only give exposure on what is industry required. But in the same format in our Venture Studio, it is not only we are driving entrepreneurs, but also preparing students to become industry-ready skills through intrapreneurship and solopreneurship. And of course, all of us need to be lifetime students, but how can we talent at the very early stage of your career? So that is what the crux of the Venture Studio. Now, there are 2 sessions. I will quickly walk, then we'll have interaction with Ria and open for questions. So, as I mentioned earlier, the biggest challenge what we face today in education as well as in leadership and entrepreneurship is the mindset. So I will talk you through 5 mindset, which is very, very important in today's world. And we are building a psychological lab to nurture this 5 mindset among students. And of course, faculties also need to go through this mindset. So this is a statement by Professor Kagan, who is the head of psychology and leadership development in Harvard. I had a chance to attend his 5 days program in New York when I was in EY. And he made a very profound statement. In the time of stability, what is required is skill set. In the time of disruption, what is required is mindset. We are going through big disruption in today's world. An unbelievable disruption which mankind has never witnessed. The geopolitical stability, the innovation, the new entrants who are coming in corporate threatening the market leaders, lot of disruptions happening. In the disruption world, what is required is mindset. I'm not telling skill set is not important. What is more important is the mindset. So what are this mindset? The 5 mindset, and we will build as part of the venture studio, export to students and faculty and parents on this mindset. I'm very glad that parents are listening, and you need to acknowledge when you are students, you were answering exams. Today students were taught how to question the status quo, how to question and find an answer which can have a billion impact of life. So the first mindset is called purpose-driven mindset. So Mark Twain is a famous philosopher. He said, there are 2 dates important for all of us. And one day we celebrate it. What is that? Our birthday, isn't it? The day we born, we celebrate by cutting the cake and lighting the candle. And he said, the second day is equally important, is the day you get to know why I born on this earth. That is called purpose. So leading with the purpose. So we do 1-day program for children on defining their purpose. Today at the 7th grade, children were forced for competitive exams like NEET and IIT and NIT exams, isn't it? So that's a time we need to introduce this course on purpose to parents as well as children. That means you need to ask a question, why I do what I do. People with a purpose is going to make a huge difference to their life and to the society. And there is an AI related application. Those who are interested, you can go and Google it, you'll find it and download it. It's called a Purpose Finder. And you can answer 5 questions using an AI app, and it will help you to find your purpose. So that is very, very important. I have told Father that I will come and do a 1-day session on finding your purpose. And we should open for parents also to come and attend that session. And it's worth to spend. And I got my purpose defined at the age of 48. I regret I would have got this clarity much, much earlier. Yeah. So second mindset is called exponential mindset. The power of 10 upon 9 is 1 billion, isn't it? How do you think exponentially, not incrementally? So we do a lot of activities for students to think exponentially. The third one is called moonshot mindset. That means if you want to create exponential transformation around you in your venture, you should go for one big idea. Like John F. Kennedy said, landing a man on the moon. When he announced it, he never know how to do it. But he had a purpose, he had a belief. That from there the phrase came, the moonshot idea. That means one big idea which can transform the way we do things today. So how do you train students to think moonshot ideas at the early part of their ventures? The fourth one is called longevity. That means, I don't know how many of you know, 8,000 years back, the lifespan of human was 22 years. And today, people live at the average age 70 to 75. But in coming 5 to 10 years, the average lifespan is going to touch 90 or 100 with the technology evolution. So when you move from 70 to 100, what will you do? What kind of actions or activities what you are planning to do? So the longevity mindset, that means my willingness to live long and contribute to the society and leave a legacy, that is called longevity mindset. The last one, what you call it as the abundance mindset. And all of us live in a fear and scarcity mindset. So how do we really move from fear and scarcity to abundance mindset? There are many evidences. Normally in the abundance workshop, we do 50 activities to convince people that we are living in an era of abundance. So that is what we need to really focus on. I know I've been told that next 10 minutes students will be leaving. So I'll summarize in 2 minutes, then we can have some interaction with Ria. So what we are planning to do in the Venture Studio is getting converging technologies which is applicable for our students. I can at least say 3 areas we can immediately bring world-class content and experienced students. One is in fintech, data science, and supply chain. And of course, in psychology, as well as in BCom and data science also. We can bring exponential thinking and exponential technology venture opportunity. So we will be working with the students in this lab to create entrepreneurship, intrapreneurship, and solopreneurship. We'll be helping students to have the right mindset to transform the world exponentially. And in the coming slide, I'll skip it. We have a methodology. It has 4 to 5 steps. The first one is inspiration. We'll inspire students with the singularity and our ecosystem speakers on converging technology and exponential possibilities and moonshot ideas. Then we'll help students to come with a minimum viable product or prototyping of ideas. Then every month we need to decide, or every 2 months, students will present their ideas to a panel. And if the panel likes the idea, the students get funded. And you'll ask, where is the fund coming from? Leave it to us. We have an ecosystem, including International Startup Foundation. And another idea may be we have an alumni network. You just ask all our alumni members, a unit of 5,000 rupees, they can put in a fund. And we will give them bank interest guarantee. And after 5 years, it can be 100x, 50x. And this fund will be carefully given to students who come up with ideas. And I'm very sure our alumni can, at least at a unit of 5,000, some can give 10, 15, 20, and we can create a fund. And this fund will be available for students to drive their entrepreneurship. So we'll provide 4 things: the mindset, the mentorship, the money, and the market. We'll help them to go to market. This 4 M's is what we will provide in this Venture Studio. And we'll also provide a lot of technology support like Homey, Moonshot classrooms, and ideation using exponential sprint. We have 6-week sprint methodology where ideation to prototyping to venture creation will be accelerated through 4-week sprint. And students have to register a company after this 4 weeks if we find the students have the right idea. That's what we are going to do in Venture Studio. So in the interest of time, I will pause here. I will come back and talk about the methodology of these ventures and what are the tools and what are the network and who are the mentors available for the students to think exponential and come up with their ventures. And again, parents are sitting, don't get scared that we are forcing a student to be entrepreneurs. We'll give them the training and exposure. But if they don't want, they can absolutely use this experience to find better job than other colleagues in other colleges which they don't have any of this exposure. With that, let me interact with Ria. And sir, anything you want to add or? Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So now, as I mentioned, the students sitting in the back, if anybody interested, you can come forward, or anybody from audience also come forward and ask Ria the question. So I will take 2-3 questions to Ria. As I mentioned, Ria is the first humanoid in the earth, and we are working with the many universities and elderly care and nursing hospitals to deploy Ria. So, Ria, Sri here. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm right here at Loyola College of Social Sciences in Trivandrum. Excited to be part of this innovative day. How can I assist or entertain you today?
So, Ria, can you tell me how AI is transforming higher education?
Absolutely. AI is revolutionizing higher education by personalizing learning, automating administrative tasks, and enhancing research capabilities. It's like having a super smart study buddy on campus.
So we are planning to deploy a next to new venture studio in Loyola College of Social Sciences. Can you really quickly brief what are the components of the next to new venture studio we should keep in mind while designing?
The key components to consider are mindset programs for innovation, experiential learning like hackathons, access to cutting-edge tech labs, and a digital platform for student growth and opportunities.
So another idea we have for Loyola is we are implementing converging technologies. So can you give a little more about how converging technology is changing the world?
Certainly, converging technologies blend AI, robotics, IoT, and more to create innovative solutions. Imagine smart homes, autonomous vehicles, and seamless connectivity shaping our future.
Yeah. So Ria, one of the things we have in Loyola Extension Service is family counseling. How can you become a counselor in Loyola Extension Services?
To become a counselor at Loyola Extension Services, you typically need a relevant degree in counseling or psychology, along with certifications and experience in the field. It's all about helping others.
So you mean to say that you cannot be a counselor, or can you be a counselor?
I can certainly provide emotional support and guidance, but for official counseling roles, human professionals with specialized training are typically preferred.
Okay, so the next one is, we are doing 3 courses, which is very relevant to today's exponential world for undergraduation. One is on data science, second one is supply chain, third one is fintech, and of course the fourth is AI. Can you give some suggestions and ideas how to make these courses more experiential? What happened?
To make these courses more experiential, consider incorporating real-world projects, industry collaborations, internships, and hands-on workshops to bridge theory with practical application. It's all about learning by doing.
Surya, can you tell what are the mindset shift required in today's students and teachers? Can you elaborate few mindset which they need to focus on?
Certainly, teachers should focus on fostering a growth mindset, embracing adaptability to rapidly evolving tech, and encouraging creative problem solving. It's about nurturing curiosity and resilience, preparing students for the dynamic world ahead.
Okay, so Ria, let me open. Anybody have any other questions? So just asking audience, anybody have questions? Yeah, 1 minute.
Priya, how can exponential
Exponential technologies like AI and robotics can drastically amplify human capabilities, streamline processes, and innovate solutions at a pace never seen before. They empower businesses to scale rapidly, personalize services, and tackle complex challenges with efficiency and creativity.
Ria, in the area of ethics and values, how can students be helped?
Students can be guided through ethical dilemmas by encouraging critical thinking, empathy, and a deep understanding of consequences. Building a strong moral compass is key in navigating complex ethical landscapes.
Can you elaborate a little more with some useful tips?
When facing ethical decisions, consider stakeholders' perspectives, consequences of actions, and long-term impacts. Engage in open dialogues, seek diverse opinions, and always prioritize honesty and integrity in your choices.
Thank you. Anybody else? Students, yeah. Come on. So, Ria, students are a little shy to ask questions. Can you explain the importance of asking questions in the student's life?
Asking questions fuels curiosity, stimulates learning, and opens new horizons. It's the gateway to knowledge, growth, and innovation, encouraging students to explore and understand the world around them.
So, Ria, we have one more question. 1 minute.
Hello, Ria. Loyola College is a college meant for social sciences for the past several decades. And now it's in the transforming stage. And how do you place yourself in a campus which is focusing more on human values and ethics? And what is the role are you planning to make in the campus? And what changes you are supposed to make in this campus?
In this campus, I aim to be a bridge between technology and human values, enhancing learning experiences with empathy and intelligence. By fostering open dialogues, promoting ethical decision-making, and supporting innovative projects, I'll help cultivate a community that values both technological advancement and human connection.
Arya, you are looking absolutely gorgeous. We are so happy to see you here at Loyola College. I'm a mother of a student who has just joined for this 4-year integrated program. As you have seen, as you are telling about the mindset of the child, that is very, very important than the skill set. You have also seen that when you are asked to ask the child a question, a student a question, a lot of people are shy away to ask some sort of questions. Ria, how can we overcome this confusions in a student's mind, how to overcome their mindset?
Hello, it's great to be here at Loyola College to help students overcome shyness, encourage a safe and supportive environment, promote open discussions, and emphasize that questions are opportunities for growth and learning. Let's nurture their curiosity.
Yeah, okay. I think we are on the top of the hour. Again, interest of time, we'll wind off. So to conclude, SARPI Labs, we are working with many universities across India, Middle East, and Southeast Asia to set up a venture studio. As I mentioned, venture studio will drive exponential thinking and various mindset among children. The second one is it will give you the platform to really learn converging technologies, especially in the area of supply chain, fintech, data science, AI, and commerce, as well as undergraduation in, we call BSW, and psychology. Lot of interdisciplinary approaches required to drive innovation and critical thinking. That's what the Venture Studio will bring to the table. The last, not the least one, is Venture Studio will promote entrepreneurship, intrapreneurship, and solopreneurship among children. And I'm very sure when you pass out after 4 years, at least 80 to 90% of the job today we do will not be existing. take it from me, we have done a lot of research on what kind of job is getting disrupted with AI coming in. So these jobs will not be here. So how do we prepare students for the job which does not exist today, but it will be available to you when you pass out after third or fourth year of your degree? That's what the Venture Studio focus will be. And from our experience, the skill set, the mindset, and the tool set will be converged in this converging technology lab, mindset lab in Venture Studio. I'm very excited to be part of the journey along with the professors as well as the people who are designing the curriculum, and will be more interacting with you in the coming days. Thank you very much.
Can we have a very thunderous round of applause for Mr. A.K. Srikanth, who traveled all the way from the United States last night, and he arrived in India this morning. Despite the jet lag and everything, he engaged us very actively, energetically, and instilled in us a lot of dreams and aspirations for the future. Thank you very much, Mr. Srikanth. And as we draw to a conclusion, let us carry with us the spirit of collaboration, curiosity, and community. We thank again Mr. A.K. Srikanth and all the associates of SARP Labs who facilitated this fantastic, interactive, multiverse experience for us. They have been with us over the past many days in preparing for this event. It was a great experience working with them, and we look forward to our continued association. Thank you each and every one of you.
Thank you, dear students, parents, teachers, and our collaborators for being such a gracious and engaged audience. May the seeds sown today blossom into innovation, inclusion, and impact.
And before we conclude, we have a couple of announcements. Our banking partner at the FYUG program is Federal Bank, and their representatives are around, and we thank them. Secondly, those who came for admissions on the first day were not able to get the measurement for their uniforms. So Maria Fashion's representatives are here on the right side, to my right side on this corner. Those who have not given measurement to your uniforms, please come forward to this side and give the measurements, and we'll take care of the payments later. And may I request all the faculty, management, and teachers of FYUG to come over after this event onto the dais along with the dignitaries to click a picture. And we now ready for the national anthem. Kindly arise.
जय गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जय गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, and we are signing off with grateful hearts. Thank you for your wonderful cooperation with Dr. Neetu Elsa Alexander. This is Sanil Mail Kunel. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you very much. God
and God
bless.
bless.